All right, this video's got to happen. It's the Boston video. I wasn't gonna make one, and then I was like, you know what? I'm really missing out on a prime opportunity to cover something that I'm really proud of. So I left with the last video that I qualified for Boston, and I'm hoping to get in. Well, if you follow the marathon process at all, everybody this year for Boston got in that met a qualifying time. So that was exciting. I was really worried about that, but submitted anyways. I had like 40 second buffer to spare, and we all got in, so that's cool. So there's a cat and there's a cat butt, but so we all got in immediately. Started looking up hotels because I know that stuff's going to sell out or the prices are going to skyrocket. So reserved a couple rooms that I thought were going to be in a decent area right along the course. Just had something lined up for a place to stay, and then we ended up actually getting another room with Marathon Tours. Like, they buy these nice hotels pretty much right by the finish, and you get like half price, if you're a runner or whatever. So that was awesome. Lodging was all set up. Started looking into how I want to train for Boston and whatnot. And last year I got real heavy into triathlons, and just really liked the way my body was feeling training for triathlons, the three sports. A triathlon is a swim, bike, and run, in case you didn't know. So my body just felt great. I love that way of training, and I started getting stuff on my feet because I was listening to different triathlete podcasts and whatnot, and the TriDot podcast. So on Facebook, TriDot training would pop up as like an ad or something, a sponsored link. So I listened to the podcast. So I did sign up for like a trial training period with them, and they started me with like a build phase, and they'd give me like structured for me, for my body, for my goals, like workouts for me, not just like a cookie cutter plan, but like they call it like optimized training. And immediately I was just, I'd look at the app on my phone, know exactly the numbers I need to hit for that workout, and it's like, this is for me. These paces are for me. And they started me with like a build phase, so I didn't have any races input. It was just getting used to the training and doing some assessments and whatnot to really dial in my training pacing and times. So anyways, really love the, training like a triathlete. That's what I keep saying. I'm training like a triathlete now, because those are my next goals. But for Boston, it's like, okay, what marathon plan do I want to do? Last year for the marathon I qualified for Boston, I did the Hanson's plan, which was a great plan. I enjoyed it. A lot of running. A lot of running for me is like a lot of wear and tear on my body. It feels like pretty much just my knees and my legs. And the high volume, I handle it okay, but the way I started training for the triathlons, it's like cycling, or they're using different leg muscles here. Like I'm actually noticing leg muscle gains, which I have never been able to gain leg muscle. And my body, my hips and everything, it just feels like I'm balancing out better, incorporating bigger cycle, more cycling, running, obviously we're still running in there, and then swimming, it's like, oh, there's my upper body. It's a lot more intense, a lot more upper body work, my lats and shoulders and everything than I was expecting. And it's just like combining those three, it's like my body feels great training like this. Like, I think I want to train for Boston like a triathlete. Like, so I'm going on like some forums, some like the TriDot Facebook forums, and I'm like, hey, I know we're all, doing triathlons and whatnot, but I'm also running Boston this year. Does anybody train with these plans for the Boston Marathon, or for a marathon, I should say? And I got a couple people commented, and some lady commented, hey, I'm running Boston too. Trust the process, stick to the plan. TriDot will get you there. And the training's great. And yeah, just follow your plan, put the Boston Marathon in your race schedule, and the plan will build you a program based off of, you have a marathon coming up. So I did that, and yeah, just dove into it. It was like 20 weeks of training, I'd say. Probably 14 weeks of dedicated, like, this is my marathon block. You could see it in the race calendar on the TriDot app. So I had a 14-week like marathon prep phase. And then 6 weeks prior to that was like build and whatnot. So anyways, so as far as the plan goes, running wise, the volume, I think I topped out like 45 at my peak, 45 miles a week at my peak for running, which doesn't sound a lot considering I got buddies doing 100-mile weeks, and it's like, man, am I doing enough? But I look at my training load for the week, and it's like, it's kind of syncing up with somebody that runs 100 miles a week, because I was getting maybe 11 to 12 hours of endurance training a week, just with the swim, bike, and run. And a lot of that was coming from the bike, which, your threshold heart rate and whatnot, it really syncs up with where your cardio should be for running. And it's like, I'm just using those leg muscles more. And it's like, like I said before, my body is balancing out. And then I get to the runs, and it's like, I'm hitting the numbers, and I'm seeing gains that, like, I wasn't so much expecting that. So like pretty much halfway through the plan, it's like, I'm a believer in this. Like I'm hitting PRs, and just, I felt great, and I still feel great. So yeah, as far as the way they structured a lot of my long runs, like I got a couple 20-mile long runs in. I did maybe 3 16-mile long runs, and the way they have those, I put those in to run on Sunday and Saturday. For cycling, they'd have me do a threshold cycling ride. So it's like I'm on the bike for, an hour and a half to 2 hours on Saturday with, a couple 20-minute blocks of threshold. And then the next day I'm doing this long run. So it's like, that's a heavy volume week. Week after week, I had that same heavy volume. And it's like, okay, this is working. This all makes sense to me now. And yeah, so I think it went great. I'm really looking forward to putting it to the test. I don't want to get ahead of myself and say, hey, that worked awesome. I'm gonna, nail everything. But confidence-wise, I believe in this system. I believe in the program I did. I believe in the training I did. And regardless of what happens, my body feels so much better than it did last year during last year's training block for just the marathon specific training. So yeah, I'm very happy with where I'm at, and that sets me up for after Boston, which Boston is like a stepping stone for my year here, because I'm doing not only my first half Ironman in July, I'm doing Muscle Man in New York for the 70.3, and that is prepping me for my first full Ironman in September. So we're gonna fly to Italy, and I'm doing the Italy Ironman in September, which is like kind of my end goal for the year. So it's like I'm doing these stepping stones to get there, like get a full, a good full marathon that I'm hoping to PR, and get that in the books, then get into the half Ironman, and then do the full. And I think that's the way I'm building. My whole training for the year is pretty much started in December. So it's going to be a long year. It's going to be a fun year, and just really looking forward to seeing what I could do this weekend and beyond. So yeah, so I want to make this kind of pre-race video. I did a pre-race for my first marathon. This is my first Boston. This is my second marathon. But I want this video in the books, before I go race this thing, just so I can look back and see how I felt. And yeah, these are my pre-race thoughts. Once again, a long-winded video. I think, I'm probably going to keep on talking. But I do want to get into some of the lure of Boston that I see from I'm following all these Facebook forums, Boston Marathon 2023, sub 3 Boston, just these different forums where everybody's all excited about Boston, tons of first timers just like me. So I get the excitement and all that, but some of these people are crazy. Like the questions they ask, they just kind of freak out over every little thing. And I kind of knew that, but it's like, they freak out over like the celebration jacket that came out, or hey, when's that jacket coming out? Do we get a release date? Last year it was already out by now. I wonder what color it's going to be. Then everybody's posting like all these like random colors it could be, and it's like, it's a jacket. Like I'm probably not even going to buy, like, why would I buy this jacket, like this nice packable jacket that is this purple whatever color, recycle. Like, I'm not going to buy it's made out of recycled material. Why would I buy that? So they just go crazy, just buying all this random stuff that like a tank top. Why? Because it has this little logo. Like, they're just so crazy about all this Boston gear that you could buy, and it's like just wasting their money on all this stuff, like the purple matching shorts. Like, why would you need that? And then the race bib, or the race singlet. Like, okay, yeah, it's commemorative, so I get why somebody would want to buy this, because it's a nice, like, 2023. They make this specific for the event. Like, I get why some people would want to buy that stuff, but for me, it's just like, I'm here to run Boston, whatever. So anyways, what I'm going to run Boston in is the Nike Alphafly version 1s, which I bought these for Boston probably 8 months ago. I just kind of knew, like, hey, this is what I want to run in. I ran my qualifying marathon in the Vaporfly 2s. I wanted to try the Alphaflies, supposedly better for the marathon. I don't know. We'll find out. Let's get into my Boston goal. This is the reason why I like to put out these pre-race videos, to put myself on the line, see if I could follow my own advice, and just look back at what was my plan and how did I deviate from that. So time goal wise for Boston, I want a sub 3. That's going to be my time goal until I hit that. If it happens or not, we're going to find out. But, that's what I train for. That's what I'm projected to be able to do. But I have to keep in mind that Boston's a whole nother animal. It's something that I've never experienced before. I've never run this course. I heard it's a brutal course. So I've just been taking in all the information I can get from my buddies that have ran the course. Podcasts. I'm watching YouTube videos in bed at night, watching people run this course or drive the course. It's like, I'm just trying. Everybody probably does it, just your first time, you're nervous, you're excited, you're trying to nail it, but I can't put the time goal above enjoying the whole experience. So that's what first and foremost, I'm looking forward to getting there and enjoying it, enjoying my time, and getting a first Boston time in the books, see where it's at. Anyways, sub 3 is the goal. The way I plan to run the course, what I've pieced together from some knowledgeable people, I'd say, is the course starts downhill. I'm going to be in a crowd of people that probably have a similar goal as me, many of which are probably going to go out too fast. I don't want to be that guy. I probably will be that guy, but my plan is go out, cruise the downhills at my marathon pace. So try to hit 6:45, 6:50s up until mile 4. I think the course kind of levels out, gets into some rolling hills, and pretty much up to mile 16, just hold steady marathon splits at pace, and let the downhills take me to conserve energy. Don't try to bank the time, and then I'm going to get into the hills, and that's going to be where I'm going to find out real quick if I went out too hot or not. And the plan for the hills is go up at what I perceive as my marathon pace effort. It's not going to be 6:50s or whatever the pace is. It's going to be whatever my heart rate can hold going up the hills at effort, and that might get into 7:30s. Who knows? Maybe 8s. I kind of forget how steep some of these are, but I hear you might be walking up some of the hills, so that's not the plan. I would say if I am walking up the hills, I deviated from the plan somewhere, or just something went wrong. But yeah, so we'll see. Cruise up the hills at effort, enjoy the free speed going down. I'm making it sound so much easier than I know it's going to be, and I once again can't wait to look back on this video, how I'm expecting to run this course, and just see how it went for me. But yeah, I think after mile 21, it's supposedly all downhill from here. But then I hear, everybody says that, but there's still some more hills. So I'm expecting it to just be a grind to the end, for sure. yeah, I guess that's my core strategy. Marathon pace up to mile 16 pretty much. Go out calm, go out, even if it's below marathon pace, just conserve some of that energy at the start. There's going to be excitement and all that. And just look around and enjoy everything. Enjoy the crowds. Enjoy the sights, in a first person point of view running the course. I'm really looking forward to enjoying the first Boston. Develop my own thoughts about it, after I've been there and done that. So looking forward to that. Really looking forward to seeing this freaking gas station sign at the end of the race, I guess. There's some gas station sign that's kind of popular, so I don't know, that's like, for me, I'm looking forward to that. That'll be a moment, I think, for me during the race. I'm either going to be trying to hold back puking, or I'm going to see that sign and enjoy it. I don't know. It'll be a sight to see. Sounds so silly, but yeah, looking forward to that. Looking forward to running this thing. Like, I'm excited, really excited. As far as where I'm at training wise, I feel ready to go. My Garmin tells me otherwise. My Garmin tells me I'm strained and nervous, stressed. I am. So many things went on with this training block. Pretty much when I started this training block, me and the wife decided to buy a new house, like sell our old house, buy a new house that we need to renovate. So we did. We got the keys New Year's Eve, got a dumpster the next week, ripped everything out, me and some buddies, and I got the new house livable. We moved in a couple months ago. We're getting the old house ready to sell. Like, just literally hundreds of hours of work into getting this new house. It's not done yet, but getting this new house ready to move into, getting the old house ready to sell, which we're supposed to put it on the market the day we get back from Boston. So it's like, there's some stress there, and I don't think that's training stress. That's life stress. That's just the way it works. So happy with the move though. Like, I'm in a much better place mentally where I'm living now. The reason I probably even wanted to move was to build this pain cave gym setup that I just didn't have at the old house. So yeah, I'll show it here. This is why I wanted to move, pretty much. I think the day I signed up for the Italy Ironman is the day I probably started looking at new houses to have a nice setup like this. And it puts a smile on my face anytime I'm down there training. And we got the TV hooked up right in front of the bike there. We got the TV hooked up last weekend or something. I put on the Supercross race while I'm doing like a easy ride on the bike. And that's what I always envisioned having with this gym setup, was being on a bike, doing my workout, being able to look up, watch Supercross, like that, just that whole setup. I went to bed, reaffirming the whole move and everything that we did. Like, this was the move I needed in my life. Our last house, I had the treadmill in the living room. I had my bicycle set up upstairs in a bedroom. I had my weight set up in the garage that pretty much just turned into pile whatever you could put to make more room in the garage. So the weight setup was not even usable. And then, just was not working for me. And my goals this year require something that's going to work for me. So happy with that. But yeah, as far as Boston, I'm ready. I'm looking forward to it. Fly out in 6 hours or so. So yeah, I'm gonna do another video whenever we're there, just like a whole get some footage of the convention centers, maybe some of the shakeout runs I'm doing and whatnot, and probably another pre-racing, something short. I know I usually do these videos and I mean for them to be short, and it ends up being probably a 20-minute video I'm going to do here, but whatever. This is for anybody interested. I know some people wanted me to make hey, when are you making more videos? Are you doing anything for Boston? It's like, if one person cares, that's enough for me. So yeah, I like putting this out and see what we could do. So yeah, we'll tune in for the next video, and I'll do a recap, do all that, and then get into the triathlon season. So yeah, thanks for watching.